Hello, and welcome to Make a Difference, the show about how volunteers are making a difference every day right here in Montgomery County. I'm your host, Sandy Smith. The new year is once again upon us. It is time to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by participating in a day or week of service. We have the pleasure of speaking with two of our favorite guests, Jim Stowe, Director of Montgomery County Office of Human Rights, and Melissa Jackson Cannon, Senior Program Manager, MLK Day of Service. Welcome back, Melissa and Jim.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Sandy. Good to be here again.
So, Melissa, we are finally returning to some form of normalcy. We're back at the Marriott Conference Center in Rockville, correct?
That is correct. We are so pleased to say that we'll be back in person at the Marriott on MLK Day. That said, we are keeping it a little bit smaller, a little bit different from the past. We'll limit it to about 1,000 volunteers, and we'll have about 5 large-scale projects. We can get everybody moving and participating at the same time. So volunteers can expect to pack about 80,000 meal bags with U.S. Hunger. I know, it's a lot. It's ambitious. Assemble no-sew blankets for Montgomery Hospice, pack snow day boxes with Meals on Wheels, and decorate a large mural of MLK that will then turn into a step and repeat for future years for great photo ops. And also we'll be decorating canvas bags with Montgomery County Office of Human Rights with our friend Jim here, which will be donated along with their collection items at their event after hours at the Strathmore.
Perfect. So if you can't make it to the Rockville site, will there be other locations where people can go other than the conference center?
Absolutely. We are so pleased to have all of many of our partner sites back this year with additional volunteer opportunities. So we'll, along with our partner sites and other participating organizations, they have assembled several, we have home-based projects, virtual projects, activities rooted in service, like fulfilling Amazon wish lists for local hubs and organizations like Comfort Cases, Women Who Care Ministries, making coasters out of recycled magazines for seniors, and letter writing. And so those will be happening throughout the week of MLK.
Okay, so will there be any virtual opportunities available for those that may not feel so comfortable, completely comfortable coming out yet?
Yes. So what we're calling our virtual are the home base. So you can do them at home in the comfort of your home with supplies that you have. And so things like those magazine coasters are great for magazines you have laying around the house. You can make the coasters, and then there'll just be a quick drop off at the volunteer center.
So you mentioned that we're going to be in a full week of service now, yes, again, which is great. I think we should keep that forever.
I agree.
What opportunities will be available during the whole week?
So during that week, those are those home-based projects like the coasters, the letter writing, and there are also other organizations in addition to us with the Volunteer Center. You can find on our website, different organizations and groups are having their own events, having their own home-based activities that volunteers can find on our website.
Perfect. So Jim, what's this year's theme?
This year's theme is We Are Martin.
Oh, I like that.
I look to see that all of us have some of those attributes that we hold dear for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We possess some of those same attributes, things like determination, things like devotion, things like compassion, things like courage, all those things. We have some of that stuff also in us. And so we're going to explore ways that we can not only think about that, but focus in on that, but also figure out what do we do with those attributes here in our own community. And so we'll do that again through examples of work and deeds of Dr. King, also linking those in with those of our local civil rights icons and people who've been involved with this community for many, many years. And then have a little bit of entertainment that also sort of ties all that together as we've done in the past. And also then to bring it all together with a call for action for our community to get involved in ways that they, in fact, can exercise those particular attributes and making, again, our community the best community that we can live and work and all live together.
Fabulous. And we are back at the Strathmore in full glory, correct?
We are indeed, and so glad to be welcomed back to the Strathmore and the team of folks there who do always a marvelous job in hosting us. And so we're very excited about that. So yes, we are back in Strathmore and we'll be in an environment that will be safe for everyone. And so we'll be encouraging people to come out and be a part of this event in person. And also featured this year would be a special opportunity then to be part of our own day of service as far as our program is concerned. And so if you miss opportunities that have already been talked about by my colleague, you can certainly find a time to come out then to our program. By the way, it'll be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon at the Strathmore Music Center. And when you come prepared with an offering of a toiletry kit. These are items that are needed right now in all of our shelters throughout Montgomery County, and they can certainly be used and are very much needed by persons who happen to be in those shelters at this point in time. This also is a way of saying that we know you, we see you, to our community members who may be in a shelter at this point in time, realizing that that's not their final stop. This is just an opportunity for them to get regrouped, and so we want to help them in that particular facet right now of their journey. And so we're asking people to bring with them toiletries. We'll be able to get to them a list of those items by way of a flyer that's going out to our community to know exactly what we're talking about. But you know the kind of things I'm talking about. You're talking about toothpaste, toothbrush, washcloth, folks, those kind of things that you normally associate with things that person would need then for, again, just their personal hygiene. So it's really important that we do this in a big way. And so we're trying to that day, by the way, January 16th is a date this year for the holiday, to come prepared then to offer that. And we're going to fill up a truck. We're going to fill up a truck with all these items for our community members that they know that we not only care, but we actually are showing it in real fashion. So come prepared to do that. And by the way, by doing this, we also show another part of We Are Martin. And that word is service. Service. And so please keep that in mind as we go forward for this big day coming up on the 16th of January, 2023.
Okay, perfect. You pretty much covered everything. And I always like to tell people when they're thinking about toiletries, those little mini toiletries that you get when you stay in the hotels, especially the nice ones, those are great. I mean, people love those. And usually, I know for me, I bring them home, but then I throw them somewhere in my house and, you know, you never see them again. So those are great things, and they're easy, they're quick to grab, they're already prepackaged. So that's great. Melissa, will they have a place at the Marriott where people can donate things that are then to go to the Strathmore for the program later on, or are these two separate entities?
They are separate. So they'll be collecting items at the Strathmore, but we'll be decorating bags at the Marriott. And so both those bags and the toiletry kits will be donated at the, after both events. And so essentially Interfaith Works will be able to put the items in the bags as they would like and donate them.
Perfect.
I'm so glad you raised that too, Sam. Let me just say this quickly too, that also our partner in this is Interfaith Works. Courtney Hall there with all of his folks, a great team of individuals who make up that great organization. Our community will be engaged in the process. And so we're glad to partner with them this year on this project. Interfaith Works has been around a long time doing great work for our community. And so we welcome the opportunity to work with them and they with us. And so they'll be there helping staffing and receiving the items from persons who will come to Strathmore. Once they give the items to those individuals, they'll make very sure that they are put in the bags that Melissa just mentioned. And then they could be presented in a very nice way to those who might need those items. And so that's the idea. And so at the end of all this is an opportunity not only to, as I mentioned, to do a good thing, but to make sure we do it in a respectful kind of way also to our recipients. And so you can come out, donate these items, feel good about that, and then go into our program, to the Theater of Strathmore, and see a marvelous program. They'll be uplifting, they'll be inspiring, and that you'll leave there with a sense of what we're asking you to do. Now, again, you're not coming for nothing now. Not only are you going to bring something, we want you to take something away and give something back yet again.
Right.
In terms of making our community better.
Will the Strathmore be the entertainment this year, or is the county having additional entertainment? I mean, there's usually so much going on in the county at this time.
Well, this is going to be the culmination of our program. So everything is going to happen from the county's perspective will occur, of course, at the Strathmore on that afternoon. Now, obviously, a number of other things going on throughout the county that are not necessarily county sponsored. We'll be supporting, of course, the Alpha Breakfast that morning.
Yes.
That's always a big deal in our community. And we thank our Alpha brothers for Alpha Phi Alpha for doing that breakfast. Again, kind of kicking us all that morning with a really good start of really inspirational speakers and all kinds of activities going on as part of that breakfast. And that kind of gets us going. And then with our day of giving, day of service, I should say, that happens there at the Marriott. And then, of course, in the afternoon, our program that'll start there. And my understanding is that a number of folks are going to be doing things throughout the day through the great work that Melissa and her crew have done through the Volunteer Center to make very sure that people are involved. And all we're saying to people across our community, find a way to get involved. Not a day off, but a day on in terms of service to each other and to our community. So there's so many opportunities you can get involved and be a part of the process. And by the way, you can also do your own thing, help a neighbor. Go by then a retirement home. Find ways you can get into participate in ways that seem very I should say usual, mundane, etc. But nonetheless can really serve a purpose. And one of the things I'll say very quickly is this to both my colleagues: one of the chief issues we're dealing with now more than anything else is this sense of loneliness
Yes.
that exists in our communities.
Mhm.
People feel isolated since the pandemic. And more so than as we start to exit out of the pandemic. They seem to be really concerned about this issue of being alone. So if nothing more, in terms of your day of giving, your day of, again, service, call somebody. Go visit somebody who doesn't maybe have a family member that may be in the community as well. So those are ways you can do some very simple things, but can have a major impact in our community.
Yes, there's so many ways that you can help and be of service, like you said, just locally, even with your neighbors or at your schools. This is a big opportunity for students to complete those all important SSL hours.
That's right.
Really big. So, Melissa, do we have any projects designed specifically for students?
Absolutely. The majority of our projects, students can get those SSL hours, and they'll see on the opportunities when they sign up, it'll have a big SSL bar at the top. And so that they can easily see, and that they can also search for opportunities and sort and filter for SSL opportunities and find which projects they can get those hours. Essentially, it's most of the projects with the exception of donation-based projects.
Great. And finally, you guys have given us so much information. What website should our viewers visit to find all of this information and more?
Volunteers can find all the volunteer opportunities for MLK Day on www.montgomeryserves.org.
Jim, is there a specific website for you, or is this all in the same place?
There will be, again, by the way, this is a free item. Again, for those of folks coming into the Strathmore in person. So please come out, and you will need a ticket, however, but still the tickets are free. You can go to that website and then make that order of tickets as you would if you're going to any other program or show, as it were, at Strathmore. So that process is the same for you as well. But again, there will simply be no charge for the ticket itself. General seating, as always. And so come prepared then to find a seat that's most comfortable for you and enjoy the program. So that's how you do that. In the meantime, then information about the other items involving, as well as the issues of donations and so forth, can be found on our website. That is www.montgomerycountymd.gov/human rights. And they'll get you then to our website and have you then be able then to access the other information that you may want to know about. And on that website will always be a number you can reach me directly. I'm more than glad to take your call and respond to you as well. So all those ways are available to you to find out about what's going on the 16th of January.
Perfect. We've been speaking with Jim Stowe and Melissa Jackson Cannon. Thank you both for all of your hard work making MLK Week of Services a success. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Sandy.
If you're interested in these or other opportunities, please go to our website, montgomeryserves.org. I'm your host, Sandy Smith. And as we transition into a new year, remember that there are those in need all year. Dr. King literally gave his life in service to others. I think we can give some time. Thank you for joining us, and let's be sure to make a difference.